Rita, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. There's always Woodstock. I mean, it seems the title seems to fit the movie. There's place you can go back to, a place you remember.
The idea for me always was that Woodstock was a place that felt safe, and something that's external in the movie, but ultimately our characters find that place internally, and that's kind of true for all of us, that when we find that safety within ourselves, then kind of our journeys really begin.
Oh,
and that's something we always have. There's always that place, kind of.
Oh, great. Now, what was it? Something of an autobiographical tale? Did you kind of go through a journey similar to Alison Miller in the movie?
Yeah. Well, thank God, not literally. She tragically lost her parents when she was little, and my parents are alive and well, thank God. But I at the time when I wrote the movie, which was 3.5 years ago, I was definitely transitioning careers, and in some ways felt like I didn't belong anywhere, and I wasn't sure where the next part of my life was going to go. And I was in my mid-20s and kind of nervous about the future. So when I wrote it, I was in upstate New York, and I was in Woodstock, and I felt this kind of this creative energy, and all these artists that I was around were so inspiring, and I felt like if I had art in my life and if I was creative, that everything was going to be okay. So that was my pillar, and I think I wrote the movie from that place. So in that sense, it's definitely similar journeys. But literally, I've not yet married a country doctor. Anything else?
Understand. Now, in talking about that, did you change careers? Like, were you in something other than filmmaking prior to writing the script?
Yeah, it sounds funny to say that, but I was an actress since I was a kid, and I couldn't pay anyone to give me a job. I was an actress who never ever acted, so it was not working. But I never wanted to be a writer. I didn't even think about it. It wasn't part of my. It was just something I never had a determination for, never even thought about. And I just wrote Woodstock on a whim, and it sparked an entire career, so thank God I did that. But I definitely had high hopes to become an actress, but didn't pan out, thank God. But that was the beginning.
Yeah, well, understand. Wow, I mean, what a wonderful turn of events. Here you discover, a different talent in the same field, and it's really, it's been a wonderful endeavor. I've screened the movie, and it's nicely paced. It's a nice story, and you also directed it. Am I right?
Yeah, I directed it.
That's amazing. So, first time writer, first time director. Did you ask friends? Did you read books? Did you go, scouring through the internet?
Yeah, YouTube sounds cool. Yeah, I definitely, it moved so fast and everything happened so organically that I don't think I thought about it until the night before we were shooting, and I called my manager, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not going to be okay." But I was so invested in the story, and kind of I was just really in it. I wasn't nervous really up until we started. I just wanted to tell. I felt like this was going to be something that moved people, and also just was a nice story. Like, I wanted to give that kind of light experience. I was really passionate about a movie like this coming out. So I was driving that train so much that I didn't think about it. perhaps as much as I should. But luckily, I had incredible producers, and I had an amazing DP, Matt Irving, who we worked out shot by shot every moment, and that's why our shoot went so smoothly. And we were also able to have, on a small budget, make a movie that plays really well on a big screen. Thank God. And just an amazing crew of people that supported me the whole way, and great actors. So I depended very much on the people around me, and I was really lucky that that I was working with the cast and crew that I was.
Yeah, because you have some great talents in there. I mean, for one, to see Katie Seagal acting and singing, that must have been a wonderful treat on set.
Oh my God, it was amazing. And the whole experience of casting her was so great. We heard her interview on Howard Stern, and she talked about her music career, and it was such a great interview, but it was also such an interesting insight into her as a person. I didn't know about her musical background, and I called my agents. We have the same agent, so I said, can I please meet with her? And a week later, we were sitting with her, and she graciously agreed to do a movie, and we were so grateful. And she's so amazing in the film, and her voice is so beautiful. And she wrote the song she sings. So we are very lucky to have her, and feel very, very grateful that she's part of our project.
Wow, that's a nice little journey right there.
Yes. This film has been full of mini journeys. I think every project has little perfect miracles along the way.
Oh, that's nice. That's always nice when the journey is just as pleasant as the finished project. That it really shines. Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, I wanted to ask about when you're talking about cast. About Allison Miller and James Walk, how you casted them, how that came about.
Well, they just came in and read. I met with James. Just in general, and I just thought he was so smart and so charming, and just such a talented actor, but also just a charismatic man, and he was just everyone that has ever worked with him loves him so much. So right away, I felt like he was Noah. And Allison came and read for us, and we had these amazing actors come in, and we were so lucky to have everyone that we had read. But she just felt like her. It felt like her voice was this kind of, I had never heard a voice like that, especially live when she sings. It's really incredible to hear her singing, and it was just easy. I can't explain it. They just both felt like the people. It was like meeting the one.
Right.
You just know.
Yeah. She just embraced Catherine. That's she personified it.
She personified it, and she's had that perfect. She's really beautiful physically, but she's also has that. She has that depth. She has that range that we were looking for, and but at the same time, she's light and silly and fun, and the camera loves her. It's just she's very watchable. So for someone who's on screen as much as she is in the film, it's just great to look at her beautiful face, and she does such a great job in the movie.
Yeah, she did.
I love her.
Yeah, and Jason Ritter. I thought he fit the role great.
Oh my God, Jason is the funniest. He is by far the funniest person I've ever had the pleasure of being around. When he rapped, when he was done with his days on set, it was a sad day for the crew. Everyone was mourning his absence on our set because he's so gracious and entertained everyone. Certainly on camera, but in between takes as well. And he was a pleasure to work with. He's just the best, and so funny and so smart also. He was an amazing part of our cast.
Oh, that's one. It's wonderful when everyone, there's a cohesiveness. You know, everything just works out so well.
Yeah, we had a no asshole policy.
That should be a sign everywhere. Well, that's great. I wanted to ask you about your shooting. How much of the shot was done there in Woodstock and in some of the other locations?
Well, we shot the entire movie, the whole 20 days in LA, in LA and just outside of LA. But we had kind of a second unit go out to Woodstock and catch some shots, very minimal, and it was really the work of the crew and the way Matt shot and the way they set up the locations that we really got to. It looks exactly like Woodstock.
Yeah,
I've been there many times, and it just. We got away with it. We made it look the same.
Yeah, you gave it the same feel and everything. You would think he shot the whole thing on Woodstock itself.
Well, good. I'm glad. I mean, it definitely for me feels that way, and I was very nervous, but it turned out. When I watch the movie, it makes me want to go there. So.
Yeah, that's great. And you said that the entire shoot was 20 days. Boy, that must have been nerve-wracking for you. That's quick.
It was quick. We were it was a marathon. But we're an indie, and we had a very tight budget, and luckily everyone who's working on the movie stretched the dollar, and it plays so well, and we got lucky that it turned out that way. But it was definitely long days and a lot of hustle and a lot of focus. And Jenny Hinkey was our producer, and she just organized things to perfection. So we were moving like a well-oiled machine the entire time.
That's great. That's great. So being indie, you feel like you got the hang of it. You feel you're ready for your next feature. Am I ready for what? For your next feature, you ready to do another one?
Yeah, it's game to do another one. To me, the Woodstock was my film school, and I learned so much, and I'm so grateful for the experience. But the projects I'm working on right now are totally very different, and hopefully I've evolved as a writer and as a creative person, and I definitely am looking forward to the next projects ahead, and definitely coming at them with a much deeper well of knowledge than I came to on my first one.
Right. And talking about the creative process, how many drafts did you go through? Did you go through a few of them before you got to the final product that you were happy with?
Yeah, originally I wrote the entire movie in a weekend. Literally, I wrote 110 pages,
wow.
Like almost overnight.
Yeah.
And that was also the script that was sent out and that got financed, and the original script I sometimes miss and love. But it took, it went through a process. Even with every actor that came on, they brought their own take to the character, and I worked with them on their scenes, and then just because of our budget, because we needed to make cuts and we needed to consolidate scenes. So a lot of content sometimes takes a hit. So it's a lot of drafts. I don't know how many at this point. We were sometimes writing on set. So, it was a process every day.
All right, which is normally par for the course. You have the perfect scene, then it changes 10 times on site.
I know. It's like, we can no longer, we have to do this scene inside of a bathroom. Make it work. There's a lot of those kind of moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it came off beautifully.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, just a few more questions. I want to ask, in those 20 days, anything really just, fly out of off the handle? Anything, anything funny happen that shouldn't have happened?
Let's see. Fly off the handle.
A herd of buffaloes come running through the set, and
No, nothing like that. I'm just thinking back. It was 2 years ago, so it was a while. Funny things happen constantly. I always think of the sex scenes. Jason Ritter was just so funny. Like all his takes, all his different takes on the bedroom activities were hilariously funny. I took a few falls. That's always funny to see the director fall on his face.
Yes.
Those moments are funny.
Yes.
But nothing. I mean, I have to say, we were focused. We worked hard. Nothing. Everyone was kind of there to get the job done.
Yeah. And what's the biggest thing that maybe you learned from the indie experience? Like maybe you wished you would have known going in. Did you walk away with something really big?
Yeah, so many things. I think the most important lesson that I learned within the context of an indie film was that you have to stick true to your vision. And I think now if I could do it over, I would protect some of the things that I let go too easily. You have to really stay focused, and you can't get lost in the expectations around you. You have a vision, and you're there to serve it, and you have to be diligent in that, and not kind of let things get sidetracked. And also, I wish I enjoyed it more, because I was so worried the whole time, and just so diligent, and just so nervous to get it right, that I could have had a little more fun. And ultimately, art is fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That can be your next project, the fun one.
It is. It's been fun. It's been fun since I created this one.
Wonderful. And
I'm taking my own advice.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And how about in writing? Are you going to stick with writing and directing? Is that your career path now? Or maybe you might make a few cameo appearances there in your movies?
No. My acting. I'm retired. I'm a retired actor.
Yeah.
But I definitely write every day, and I'm working with incredible producers and amazing people right now, and I'm very excited about my next project. I've been writing all of them, but I don't know if the opportunity presents itself to direct. I would absolutely love to, but at this second, writing is my deep passion, and my next projects are very different, and very, very excited about them.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, just one last question. How about social media for your films, for upcoming project, yourself? You on Facebook, Twitter? You on Facebook, Twitter, anything like that?
I am not on any social media. It's so bad. And I am not of my generation. But our actors are all on Twitter, and they're so funny.
Yeah.
On Twitter, so I'm sure they're gonna be helping out, and we'll see who gets creative.
That's right. And then we can find the film. There's always Woodstock.com and all that, right?
Always look like it. You can see our trailer on iTunes trailers, and if you just Google Always Woodstock, it'll come up. It'll be in 10 cities nationwide on November 14th.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Well, like I said, I screened the film. It was wonderful. It was a delight. Great little comedy. And, wish you all the best. And thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate all your kind words and supporting our movie. We're very grateful.
You bet. You bet. Thanks again, Rita.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. You too.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.